Hi, this is Dave Hill from Show Business. You're listening to No Good Music.
The Awesome Game. It's my book about hockey. And if you like hockey, I know that you will love it. And even if you don't like hockey, you'll love it. Even if you don't like sports, I still think that you should read it, of course. So literary classics, so put it in your basket at your local bookstore. It's available in all formats, even one I never heard of. The Awesome Game. Did I mention that I traveled all over the world?
We have a very special guest with us today. He is a world-renowned comedian, guitar shredder, BMX stunt performer. He's the author of several books, including his new book, The Awesome Game. And he just finished a monumental tour with Tenacious D. And let's all welcome the No Good Music, Mr. Dave Hill from Show Business.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's Dave.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Are you still
Should I
eating
make
your
my-
breakfast?
I was eating some, not to brag, but I was eating some peanuts.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put this. Is my audio okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or should it be?
Are you in your closet?
Should I make the? No, I'm in my office, but
Oh, okay.
there's clothes here and guitars, and then this like storage thing, giving the illusion
Yes.
of a closet. But I wonder if I could do. What's the button for?
He's a little low.
Am I
His
a little
volume.
low? Let me fix. I think
You know what I mean? His
Yeah.
volume's just a little bit low to me.
Can you can still hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you and it's clear. It's just I have to like listen hard just a little bit to hear
Turn
you.
your.
Oh yeah. Plus, I'm not hearing into one. This headphone right side isn't working, so that would have something to do with it.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you guys.
Is it?
Yeah.
Does that sound better than it did?
It's like the eye test. Is this one better?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't hear in this one side of my headphone. That's probably what my problem is. Yeah.
Okay, well let me know.
No, I can hear you good.
All right. It's up all the way. I got my headphone up all the way.
If at some point if I could pimp my new book.
Oh, we'll talk about
that
that.
would be
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Okay, cool.
So you're from Cleveland, correct? Is that where you still live?
I am from Cleveland. No, I live in New York, but
Oh, okay.
I go back to Cleveland a lot, and that's where I do a lot of my sweet BMX videos.
Mm-hmm.
So people sometimes think that I live in Ohio, but I actually live in New York City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to
Or
clarify
maybe I'm
for
bi-coastal.
bi-coastal. Yeah, if you consider Ohio, Cleveland, the coast, one of the Great Lakes.
The coast of the North Coast, as we used to say,
North Coast,
Lake
yeah.
Erie.
I want to clarify for our listeners that you aren't the British actor Dave Hill, is that right? The British actor
No,
Dave
I'm
Hill.
not. No, hope to be.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the guitar player for Slade
Right.
Yeah.
either, though he's really the only other Dave Hill. I
Yeah.
think my parents didn't realize I was going to go into show business,
Mm-hmm.
so they didn't think to give me like a more unique name, because Dave Hill is like a really common name.
Yeah. You could use David and your middle name. You know, some people do that.
I know,
it's got like
but,
20 or 18 syllables, across the board.
Had I
Could have done
known,
Yeah.
how remarkably famous I would become.
And then there is a pro golfer too. A pro golfer came up, but probably not the confusion.
There is a pro golf. I think, I don't know. I defer, as I said, to the Dave Hill, the guitar player from Slade, because I love Slade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think I may be the preeminent Dave Hill in the world right now. But there's plenty looking to take me out.
Mhm.
Other Dave Hills waiting.
Hey, Dave, I was in Richmond, Virginia, and I was parking. I look up on a marquee, and there's my name. It says Matt Morris, guitarist, tonight. And I thought it'd be so cool
And you
find-
forgot you had a show.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, and it'd be so cool to find I play drums, so it'd be so cool to find a bassist, and be the Matt Morris trio. Like, imagine finding two other Dave Hills to be the Dave Hill trio. Yeah, it would work. It would be so easy.
I mean,
make business
not
easier
opposed
too.
to it. If it was the guitar player from Slade, I would be willing to do that. And then I don't know, maybe see what this golfer can do.
Yeah,
he can just hit balls out into the audience from the stage.
That's a show. I mean, you're describing a great. I would like to see that show.
Yeah. Yeah, wiffle golf balls. Scare the crap out of people with wiffle golf balls. That'd be hilarious.
Oh man, that's like Rod Stewart at his shows would kick soccer balls into this.
Yeah,
and I would love to get taken out by a Rod Stewart soccer ball. Just get bonked on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, in the 70s they said he's got balls. Of Rod Stewart, they would
AC/DC said that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We're going to talk about your book, but we have some other things to get through.
Let's get to important matters.
We're going to talk about guitar stuff. Matt and I, we watch your videos on Instagram, and you're one of the greatest guitar shredders out there. I mean,
aggressive.
I mean, not even joking. You're good.
Yeah.
That's quite a downgrade. You said I was one of the greatest, and then you said I'm good. That's quite a fall.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. No. I thank you. I mean, I try to bring as much heat as I can on the guitar. I mean, there's always going to be some 12-year-old kid who's going to be much better. But I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part as best I can.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing guitar? And tell us about some of the guitars you own.
I started playing when I was 13, and I just started playing first. My dad's, first of all, just to take you way back, is I wanted to take guitar lessons when I was 8, and my dad said, no, you have to take piano lessons first for 3 years to prove that you care about music and aren't just looking to make noise, which at the time I thought was like some Joan Crawford level cruel parenting.
It is a typical American story, though. We've heard that before. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was wise of him, and then I started playing. He says to the day that I was like when 3 years were up, I was like, I want a guitar. But I don't think that's not really accurate. Maybe there was like a little lag period. And like when I was 12, I started messing around with his Spanish guitar, but that didn't really count because I was just kind of. And then when I was 13, I really started to learn how to play. And now I have 1 million guitars. It all worked out.
For our listeners, in the video in front of us, we see Dave with the clothes closet, and it's a really interesting array of possibilities there. But then off on the right, we see a collection of guitars as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I don't have. I mean, the thing is, they're all over, but I have. I mean, this is sort of the classic.
Nice.
Gold top Les Paul. One of the greatest Les Pauls I've ever played. It's not vintage. It's a custom shop one from I think 2011. But everyone that plays it is like, oh, this is the greatest Les Paul I've ever played.
Cool. Very cool.
I have the greatest SG.
And
this isn't even anything fancy. This is 2006 Gibson USA 61 reissue. Let me know because you've really, if asking this question is a dangerous question.
No.
I'll just talk about guitars for.
Because you're a guitar lover.
But yeah, this guitar, I wanted to buy it. I had an SG once and I sold it for whatever reason. And then I wanted another one. I was seeing Buffalo Tom and Bill Janovich.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Who's a buddy of mine, was playing his SG, and I was watching, and I was like, I want an SG. So I was like, I'm going to go around New York, and I'm going to play every SG in New York City. That's like not insane. Like I played anything under $4,000, and that was the best one, and it's only $1,250. And the only other SG I've played that's as good is my buddy Tom Beaujour 63 SG, and he says the same thing. He says that's the other best SG. We have the two best SGs. Yeah, I have 7 million guitars over here. I could keep going, or
I only have 3.
But I'll show. I mean, there's a million over.
Yeah, there we go.
This is only a small.
Oh wow. Nice
portion of them.
Do you have any Martin
and
guitars?
I just got this one. No, I don't have any. I have really only one acoustic that's hanging over here, and it's just a Yamaha acoustic, and it's signed by Ronnie James Dio.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And Ira Glass, host of This American Life, and I would argue the only guitar on earth of its kind, signed by Ronnie James Dio and a prominent NPR host.
Yeah. I'm Ira Glass.
But what's that?
I'm Ira Glass.
What did you? You look like
I'm Ira Glass.
If I squint or close my eyes, I believe it.
So you went right to electric then? Yeah. You found your home in electric. Pretty quickly.
Well, I haven't the only acoustic guitars I played that I loved are so expensive that I just haven't. I think I better do it because I'll probably, getting on my years. So why not? But I played like a $10,000 Gibson Hummingbird, like 62 or 63 at Carter Vintage Guitars a few months ago in Nashville. And I was like, fuck it. I should just buy this thing. Can I say fuck it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I should buy this thing. And then I was like, no, Dave, no, you shouldn't. Don't. And I didn't. But that thing is like the really good ones are so expensive. So I haven't pulled the trigger really yet on a good acoustic. That's the big hole in my collection.
Dave, this is a little side note here on guitars, but when I was watching your videos, because I saw some stand-up comedy, but I'm watching video, and I said to Rob, that's not the same Dave Hill, is it? Because this one, you look like 10 to 15 years younger. And I was like, how old is this guy? I couldn't figure it out.
It's filters, isn't it?
It's filters, yeah. So when you're on the BMX bike,
Dave is actually 86 years old. He's got a filter on now.
I'm 86. I'm timeless.
You're timeless.
I don't know. Well, I guess I should ask, how old did I look in the younger one? Because this could potentially be complimentary or it could be devastating.
Well, I don't want to. Yeah.
Come up with.
Yeah. I don't want to offend you with the BMX thing because I rode a skateboard for years into my adulthood, and this was when. How old are you? When are you going to get off the skateboard? So you looked younger when you were flying around, or actually you were kind of falling and the bike was flying around. Yeah, that's actually what was happening. Yeah, you looked younger.
I think so. Well, that one makes more sense. It's probably I think just my youthful glow comes out more when I'm
yes
riding a bike and things like that. But I'm really I was in Indiana. My friend Carl had a BMX bike that someone had given him. And because usually I'd been riding a mountain bike, but with the spirit of BMX. And a lot of people like, that's not a BMX bike. And I would just say, yeah, it is. If I say it is, it is. And then I rode one. He had one at his house, and it was so fun to ride. And then I was in August, I was in Scotland doing the last 2 weeks of the Edinburgh Fringe Fest. And so I bought a BMX bike off this guy on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't realize how low the seats were normally.
Right.
So
they don't really use
them the money. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I just got on this. I just gave him the money and then walked away to pedal off while sitting down. And I was like physically couldn't. And I was like, oh man. But then I started riding it around and I was like, oh, this is like a good workout because I have to stand up the whole time. And then, so that night I just rode it right into my show. And I started doing that, riding it in and out. And then when I did the Tenacious D tour, I was like, I should get a sweet bike tour. Because the one in Scotland, I just left with my friends to give to his son. And then Mongoose gave me a bike. Oh, so all by way of saying, I'm officially sponsored BMX rider.
Yes. Now. Yeah, we can add that to the intro. Mongoose sponsored BMX rider.
I'll have to edit that.
Yeah, professional, because you make money somewhere along the line with that. Yeah, that's very good. Very good.
I mean, indirectly. I think it's my bike skills. But
very good.
So back to guitar.
Yes, I am 86 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ride really well for 86.
Who would you say is your
One of the greats.
Favorite guitarist?
My favorite is probably Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
Favorites: Jimmy Page, Johnny Marr, Eddie Van Halen, Jay Mascis.
What about John Mayer?
So many.
What about John Mayer?
Yeah, John Mayer.
No, I mean, I the thing
but
about
you played
John
right next
Mayer
to
videos.
Him. We've seen you play right
together
next
often.
Yeah.
He's unaware of it, I think, or maybe he is, because we do have mutual friends, but somehow we've never met. But I know I don't. Sometimes people think I'm not doing it to make fun of John Mayer.
No.
I got no beef with him. I'm just trying to,
it's comedy.
Make his songs even
it's
better
show business
by playing way too loud over them. But he is really good at guitar.
Yeah.
Do you go on TikTok at all? Are you on TikTok at all?
I am on TikTok, but the thing with this is what happened. Like I got a TikTok account, or made one. I don't know. I think it was like I'd applied for it, but during the pandemic, I downloaded TikTok and started it, and very quickly I got 25,000 followers in a few days, and I was like,
wow.
I'm going to be an influencer.
Yeah.
And then
influence somebody. Yeah.
And then it just stopped in its tracks. It's just like it just stopped. And then, so I was like, oh, whatever, this is stupid. And I didn't do it for like a year. And then I started doing it again. And then it started going crazy. And I got like 106, 7,000 followers or whatever. And some of my videos would get like 1 million views and stuff. Wow. And then one day I used the words, I think it was like in within the context of, a metaphor, I alluded to giving a hand job to a dog, which I wasn't saying, I wasn't saying like I had done that or wasn't suggesting anyone do. I think I was like,
or that all the kids should, all the kids should do it or something like that. That you weren't.
Yeah, I said. I think I was talking about something, and I said it's like giving a hand job to a dog. And ever since then, my account has been largely invisible. To,
the numbers
TikTok
just dropped.
Went limp, so to speak.
Yeah. So, well, like what?
Went limp, so to speak. Yeah.
It went.
The numbers went down.
Exactly right.
Like this. Yeah.
They did. So I just ever since that happened, I just sort of like I lost interest in it. So I still post sometimes, but the whole thing of social media is to feel some sort of validation and endorphin release, and I don't set. They're not giving me that on TikTok. I mean, it's all very sad. I think if I really had a full life, I wouldn't be on social media. I'm a sad 86-year-old man.
Yeah, looking
just
really
trying to make his way in the world. I look amazing for 86, and so I hope to become a TikTok influencer again in the future, but I don't know what happened.
There was a reason I asked. Because
what'd you see on TikTok?
There's a girl that plays piano and sings, and one of her first videos was she was singing about her mom. It was a hall pass. And her mom's hall pass is John Stamos. And she's singing, and her mom's there behind her, and John Stamos walks into the room.
Oh.
Like John Stamos is there. And she's gotten Carrie Underwood, she's gotten Shania Twain. Her husband's hall pass is Shania Twain. And it's upstairs in her house. You see Shania Twain. I don't know how she knows these people.
Walks in.
So the whole thing was,
I don't know. Yeah, this sounds like an inside job to me, because I feel like someone couldn't just write and be like, "Hey, John Stamos, you're my mom's hall pass. Will you come over?" I think that I don't know. I feel like she might be an Hollywood person. I
was thinking it'd be cool if got John Mayer in one of your, like, you're shredding and John Mayer walks behind you, like he's there with you. That would
I
be
would I would
coolest
like
record.
that. I mean, like, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, granted, I haven't really tagged him or reached out to him in any way, but I am kind of surprised I haven't heard from his people at this point. I mean, we literally have, but there's 1 degree of separation between me and Mayer.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I could name like several people I know that know him, but I don't know. Maybe he's offended by how I've been improving his music. Ditto with Ed Sheeran. No word from Sheeran camp.
You could do a serious song about love. That might get you in with John Mayer. A slow song about love.
I think that's the problem. Is like,
or how much it sucks.
I lack the. I don't think I could ever sing something like that sincerely, and that's why those guys are millionaires. And
John may be doing it all tongue in cheek, but just really acting well. So we're not really sure.
It's I feel like he maybe means it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, I guess I keep my love on the inside. I don't put it to song.
So let's talk about your comedy career.
Sure.
Okay. I was wondering, did your parents encourage you? Would you consider yourself I guess you consider yourself a comedian.
But what if your parents don't think you're funny?
When you do stand-up, it's not your typical stand-up show.
Right.
No, it's good. No, I'm just being a jerk. No, it's funny. I saw my therapist today, and I was talking about this very subject of my parents.
Are you being serious?
My mom.
Don't ask.
I'm being completely serious.
Okay.
My mom is no longer with us, but she, I know, thought I was funny. Dad has repeatedly said he doesn't think I'm funny. I think maybe he does, but he has said to my face. No, he'd say like, "Oh, when you were a kid, your sisters always tried to get you to like." They would be like, "Be funny," at at like family parties or maybe when their friends were over and stuff. And he said like, I always thought that was really unfair to put you on the spot like that because I never really thought you were that funny. And then I remember like years ago, my buddy. Funny. Yeah, I don't know that he really. I know he thinks I'm a good guitar player because he said that, but he like years ago, as my friend was the best man at my friend Tim's wedding, and another friend after my speech went over to my dad and asked what he thought of my speech, and he said he's like, "Oh, I'm told he's very funny, but I just don't get it myself." So we have we have a very loving relationship, don't get me wrong. I feel like he's not amongst, and I've seen him leave very negative comments on my YouTube video.
Really?
No, he hasn't done that.
No. Yeah, that's my dad. Yeah.
So what do you think you would be doing if you weren't in show business?
Show business?
A plumber, gynecologist, baker.
Large animal gynecologist.
Well, that's a bit redundant, isn't it? I think without question, I would be a visual artist, but I guess that's still show business. Because that was my first thing that I wanted to be in this life was just drawing.
So graphic design, layout, that kind of thing, or videography?
More like graphics and illustration and stuff. And I do a lot of drawing now and painting and things. That's what I would do for sure, and I think that's eventually what I'll do once once these 86-year-old bones, once I'm not able to get up on that stage anymore, I'll probably just go back to visual art. And I'll still rip some solos, don't get me wrong. But I love doing that, and that's what I'm planning on doing. Then I was playing in bands and got, my first band, we got a record deal and all that, and I was like, oh, I'll be a big rock star, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of ran its course, and then I went into comedy. And well, I never stopped playing music, but that band ran its course, and then I went into comedy, and now it's a cautionary tale. I mean, we all see it.
What really struck me, Dave, was seeing you on Live From Here with Chris Thiele, and I forget the year of that, but for listeners
I did a few of them.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Excellent. So we had you on again.
Which one did you see?
Let's see. That's hard to say which one you. So for our listeners, you were doing comedy.
Outside?
You're doing Was it inside or outside? I don't remember that. You asked Chris if you could borrow his guitar, and then you had the band play
that
with
was
you.
the best one.
The band was getting horribly aggressive. You needed to tone them down. You needed to bring them down. Down, and you had to bring them down.
From 5 years ago.
Bring them down further. But it was several times he was on there. Yeah.
But the one we watched was from 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
That's the first one, and that's my favorite one. That was in Seattle, outside of Seattle, at Chateau Saint Michel Winery.
Okay.
And the band
Seattle.
was Julian Lodge was on guitar. Critter, I believe, was on acoustic guitar. But yeah.
So is that a house band, or was that a band for other songs at the time?
Yeah, that was how they would always have the house band, and I, for a while before, for a few years before that, whenever there'd be a house band, I would like to bring my guitar along, and do what you saw, play jokes and rip some solos, or no, jokes and rip some solos, and and that day, that show, like, I didn't think there would be time for me to do all that with the band. And then literally on the way over to the show, my buddy Tom Papa, he was working he worked on that show, and he's like, "Oh, are you going to play guitar today?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think there's time." Because I only had like 9 minutes. He's like, "No, you got to play guitar." So when I got there, I literally was like, "Hey, Chris, can I borrow your guitar?"
Yeah.
And we just did it.
Yeah. So that was real. That was improv, not set up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just loved it. For the listeners that don't know you and are just listening, you present stand-up comedy with aggressive electric guitar in between, and you had a band backing you up. So you're doing with a background groove going with the band, which was great, by the way. That really did flow well.
Thank you.
I loved it. And the stories got so real because you were doing kind of one-liners, but then telling a story, which I actually forget right now, but it really came together.
Thank you.
As a
show, it's fun to do, and I really like I really like doing that. Partially the simple reason that I just have to leave the house once instead of twice to do what I do, tell jokes and I rip some solos rather than tell jokes and then do another thing with music. I just go all at once.
Yeah.
Get it out of the
way. Yeah, concentrate.
Get back home to my dog.
Comedy concentrate. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's really opened up, I've been getting a lot more equipment, guitars and stuff, which my inner 15-year-old is really happy about. My girlfriend's not pleased at all, because more and more guitars have been showing up.
Nice.
The one of them that I showed you, my friend Marzi Montezeri, who's a guitar player, Philip H. Anselmo and the Illegals. Phil Anselmo, singer from Pantera, and he was in that band. Then he was in Exorder, and he's an amazing guitar player. That's his signature model. He just sent it to me.
Cool.
And it showed up on Friday, and I have so many guitars in this apartment that my girlfriend was on the phone, and the delivery guy buzzed, and I tried to sneak it in without her seeing. But she always sees me bringing. It's hard to hide a giant guitar.
Yeah,
right. That's like your inner 15-year-old bringing in some beer or something.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm like that with albums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't stop buying albums. So.
He's back to vinyl round 2.
So I have to kind of try and retrieve them and bring them upstairs here, and before my wife can see.
Oh yeah, I can't even. I want people. Well, you guys can see, because I feel like if I did have a vinyl room, it would be the room I'm in right now.
Yeah.
Which is obviously full of clothes and guitars instead. but people, I think, in their image of me, they think great hair, sure, but I think they assume I have a vinyl room because people give me vinyl all the time, but the sad fact is I don't have a turntable because I worry that if I had one, then it would turn to further hoarding, and I'm just trying to avoid that. Yeah. Because I would then
guitars
and
albums and
Well, you
and I think
you have to choose then. Yeah, between the guitars and the vinyl, it's an easy one. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta rip some solos.
So you recently toured with Tenacious D, Jack Black's band.
Yeah.
Now, how did that all come about? I think you did you opened for them 6 shows.
Yeah, 10 days, 6 shows. They did one show. They did a music festival in there that I wasn't part of, and but yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I've known Kyle Gass and Jack Black. I met them both separately, actually, years ago, and I hadn't seen either one of them in about 10 years at least. And then one day I woke up, and before I even got out of bed, I just started looking at my email, and there was an email asking if I wanted to open for them.
Wow.
And I pissed and shit all over the bed.
After the 2-hour cleanup.
Yeah. And then I wrote back, yes, I would like that. It was so much fun. I mean, and they're such, I mean, those 2 guys and their band and their whole crew. I mean, I think there's like 25 people with, everybody, and just the best bunch of people. You would think with 25 people, there would have to be someone that you'd be like, oh, that guy's coming, I'm going to get out of here. But every single person, they were all so kind and welcoming and
awesome
and put on. I just saw, this is no joke. I saw Metallica like 2 weeks before the tour, and Tenacious D puts on a better show, I have to say. I love Metallica. But Tenacious D, their band is so fucking good. And I mean, John and Scott. That's 2 Johns. It's not one guy named John. Though it's something to think about. But they're so good, and their songs are great songs, and they're hilarious, and the show is so funny. They have a giant Satan on stage. They have pyro. Their fans were so nice to me. No one pelted me with anything. They clapped and cheered, and and I got to have the bike. I rode the bike on stage, on and off stage every night. The first night of the tour, I wiped out.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, you got injured.
I wiped out. My friend Jason Narducci, I was just hanging out with right before we started this recording. He plays with Bob Mould, and he plays in Superchunk, and he plays in Sunny Day Real Estate, and he has a great band called Split Single. Anyway, enough about Jason. Anyway, but he came out to that first show of the tour in Charlotte, and he took video of me riding out on stage, and I'm riding really fast and confidently. And at the end of that set, that first night, I rode off stage, and I went over some wires, and the whole bike just slipped out from under me. And I landed right in front of Jack. I landed and hit my face on the cement and got like Jack, I think, thought it was a joke, and he's we got to get the spot. We got to get the spotlight to follow you so we catch the fall tomorrow. I'm like, that's not planned. Like I heard.
He wanted you to do that.
Of course he thought that was planned. Yeah.
I did after that try to fake a fall, but it wasn't as convincing as the real fall that gave me the black eye. But no, it was so fun. And like I said, everyone, just the nicest bunch of people. And I really hope I get to do it again, because it was like 10 of the funnest days of my life, I have to say. And I really, in a perfect world, I would just like to keep going, and we just keep, because it's if I can recommend a way, one of the funnest things you can do is perform for 10,000 people and then just hang out and watch Tenacious D afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect evening. So I got to do that multiple nights.
Cool.
And I had a really nice cheese plate in my dressing room. I had all these really nice snacks. I love snacks. Anyone that knows me will tell you, get him on a cheese plate. Forget it.
He loves cheeses.
No, it was so much fun. And I love, yeah, and it was awesome.
That's
Super
cool.
great time.
Now, did you ride on the tour bus, or how? Like, I'm interested to know how you
got around with them. Yeah.
I didn't. They had a couple buses because they have a lot of people,
25 people and stuff.
And they have stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have the big blow up Satan and stuff.
Yeah.
And I rented an SUV, and my buddy Niels, he's a Canadian lumberjack. He came in from Canada, and we drove around together, and that's how we did it. And because mine's a smaller operation, I don't have any inflatable Satans yet. And I
of course,
just
it would have to be. It'd have to be smaller because you wouldn't want to upstage the 15.
No, yeah, respect. Yeah, no, I would just have maybe like a 12-foot one, and then. Now I just had a couple of guitars, a BMX bike, a fog machine, some nunchucks, a strobe light, and a couple jumpsuits, and that was it.
Is there anything that we don't know about Jack Black that you could tell us?
I mean, I have to say, he's just an insanely nice and insanely talented person. I don't have like any. I mean, I don't know, like, does he like Fritos? I don't know.
Does he like cheese?
I don't know.
Does he like a cheese plate?
I don't know if I saw him eat any cheese or not. I mean, I did eat dinner with him a few times, but I was so focused on my own. I didn't really get any insights into whether he likes cheese. I feel like I could ask him.
He knows. He knows about cheese.
He probably does. He probably does. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
I eat cheese every night.
Intolerant people. You do?
I like the sharper the better. Not gourmet cheeses. We're talking about the cheese block.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. I don't need a whole cheese block at night, but I'll take a chunk of cheese. I call it.
That'd be a good name for
Vermont white
that'd
cheddar.
be a good name for a restaurant. Chunk of cheese.
Yeah.
Chunk of cheese. I don't know.
Cheese.
I don't know. That's a hard sell.
Chunk of cheese.
That's like someone's nickname.
Where do you stand?
Daddy, let's go to chunk of cheese. Anyway.
Chunk of cheese. Okay, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
What about where do you stand on Jarlsberg? That's a quality cheese out there today.
I don't know that one.
I don't think I've tasted it. I've only heard.
I like a good Gouda.
It's a quality cheese. I like a good Gouda. Though I'm right there with you. Like, just get me a nice pepper jack cheese and some saltines.
Yeah.
And I'll pretend like I want a fancier cheese or a fancier cracker, but no, I don't.
Yeah, I don't like.
I'm just a guy from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, feta. Actually, I put that in a turkey burger. Like if you get the the ground turkey
in the burger
and some spinach in the burger.
Wow.
And then it melts in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I got a really bullshitty cheese the other day. It was like what's that called? With eggs. It's what's the egg dish where they put a bunch of stuff in it? Not an omelet. Like why can't I think of it?
A quiche?
It's fancier than not a quiche.
Because I like quiche.
Why can't I think of it?
Quiche.
No, it's not a quiche or an omelet, but it's like it starts with a T or an F. I can't remember.
Falafel. What's
falafel? No, it's an egg-based thing. Why? It's. I don't know. This is my brain damage. I can't think of what it is.
That's a dessert.
No, flan. Come on. Now we're getting way off course. But this
4-letter F words. I'm trying to think all of them.
Egg. I'm gonna look this up because I don't. It's one of those things like I'm forgetting the name for.
Yeah.
first spoon or something. Egg dishes, popular egg dishes. Oh,
Let's start with F.
Someone's listening to this and be like, Dave has suffered a stroke.
No, they're getting hungry for
egg dishes.
They're getting hungry for cheese. My
play
favorite
some
is,
music underneath.
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Definitely play some.
Or like a ticking clock.
God,
something French.
this is killing me. It's like an egg thing you make in a frittata.
Oh, there you
frittata.
go.
That's
frittata.
what I meant.
Okay.
Nelly
Yeah,
frittata.
that wasn't that. Yeah, exactly. I was
Call mine a Nelly.
I was had a frittata the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked good, and it was like in a buffet scenario where I had not ordered the frittata, but I just
coming. It's coming to you anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it looked really good, but then it had a really bullshitty cheese in it that I want to say was either Asiago Fontina or a third bullshitty cheese, and it ruined it. I took 2 bites, and I was like, ruined.
Or a non-dairy
Sometimes
cheese byproduct.
Yeah, it could have
Non-dairy.
been.
Non-dairy.
Like in my neighbor, I live.
No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that to it.
There's all these dainty pizza places in my neighborhood, and they're fucking horrible. And I'm sorry, I'm just like swearing, but I mean, I live in New York, and just like the basic New York pizza is so good when done right, and many places do it right. But my neighborhood, in the West Village of Manhattan, there are these dainty places that try to like make artisanal pizza,
Right, which means small. Means small and
sucky.
burnt.
Yeah, and
I've been to places where they
sucky.
burn the bottom and it's just blackened, and it was horrible.
And they put goat cheese probably on it.
Rat cheese.
They put they put Parmesan cheese on the pizza, and you might as well be putting rat poison on it. In my mind, I like Parmesan in other contexts, but in the context of pizza, it's a pizza ruining cheese. And I mean, I'm mad about a lot of things in the world, but maybe at the top of the list.
I don't like goat
Parmesan
cheese.
My mom.
I had
likes
goat cheese once on a turkey burger. Oh my God, I wanted to vomit.
I was with you one time.
It's good in a salad, maybe.
Yeah.
Or on
I had to wipe all of the blue cheese off this one time. We were at the.
I like blue cheese.
Right before we saw Weird Al Yankovic. I had to take all the blue cheese off.
I
I
love
could
blue
not
cheese.
eat my burger. I couldn't eat it.
Blue cheese. I had a blue cheese burger once, like 20 years ago, and it was like someone took paint and just put paint on the burger. It was disgusting.
Yeah, I had to take mine off. I had to take it off.
It tasted like But Weird Al, I have to say, speaking of very kind show business people, also one of the nicest people
I bet
I've ever met in life. Yeah. As long
Love
as I
Weird
may
Al.
name up other celebrities I know. He's
I've met-
insanely nice
I've
person.
met Weird Al twice.
Excellent.
The one show it was at in Bethlehem, it was the Sands. It's now Wind Creek. But there was only 20 of us after the show, and he was literally on the bus, sitting on the steps. It was literally weird, you know. And you could get a picture with him and one signed item. And we didn't have to pay for it. You know, it was.
Thank God.
And then he was at an autograph show.
Yeah,
that I met him.
And the talent too. I mean, my daughter and I would watch Weird Al DVDs together, and the talent of that man, amazing. Yeah,
I have something to show, Dave. Hold on. I have something to show.
Oh, okay, yeah. Before the other show and tell, that's right there. He's going to find something there.
I can get
Out of the closet. Oh no! What is this? Was ist das?
Okay.
Are you going to play that thing?
Yeah.
It's not a guitar. It is not a guitar, folks.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you seen this?
Now
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Rob is holding up
an accordion.
an accordion.
It doesn't work.
It's an accordion of types.
But it's
Does any accordion really work?
It's flat on the bottom, as if you should set it down. Right, there's it right there. What the?
What?
Oh,
these are these are CDs.
You've got to hold this up. You've got to hold it a little higher.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
It's not
But
an
they're-
actual
Oh
accordion.
my gosh, it's a Weird Al.
But they're CDs.
It's a vinyl holder.
Oh my gosh! It's
12
like
inch.
a Weird Al box set.
There's Weird Al even worse, and looks like Michael Jackson's younger brother.
Yeah, they're all CDs.
There's the CD right there.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
This goes
That's
for.
awesome.
I'm thinking of selling it, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
These go for. I paid.
Sell it back to Al.
I think these were 250. They were limited, and now they're going for 1,000.
Whoa.
But I don't know if I should
feel
hold
like I would hold on to it just because it's awesome, but I feel like at the same time, you get that sweet $1,000.
Yeah.
And take a picture of yourself with it. Say, I own this.
That would pay for a month of groceries or less.
Yeah.
In my house.
Speaking of the quick sale, Dave, did you ever consider selling your used clothing, like the shirt on your back right now? Did you ever consider maybe selling it? $500, $600? Because people
I was
do
just
that.
talking about
People
this.
do that.
Like given my massive celebrity, people could own a shirt that has my stink on it.
Yeah.
Authenticate
I
it.
haven't thought of that.
So, instructions
but
not
now
to
you've
wash
got
it.
me You've got me thinking about this. I did think like maybe of selling my underwear and giving
even better.
Selling it at $20 for clean underwear and $2,000 for dirty underwear.
Yeah.
And all you really just need one person to be like, I'll pay $2,000 for days dirty.
People do that.
Right, because the rest will pay $1,500, $1,400. Yeah,
you can buy more
they're
guitars
out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Nice airtight shadow box. I can see it.
Wait, what? Oh,
airtight. It needs to be an airtight shadow box. But
to our earlier conversation, this T-shirt that I'm wearing right now is Block Street Records in Rogers, Arkansas, where which was one of the cities we played on the Tenacious D tour, and this is a T-shirt from, ironically, a vinyl record store.
Yes.
That I went in.
Oh, nice.
So I would go into vinyl record stores because I think, well, I'm a middle-aged guy. I should go in the record store.
86 is middle-aged nowadays, yeah.
I'm 80.
86 is middle-aged.
I went in there. I always go in and I'll be like, well, here's the records I would have bought if I had a turntable in a house and I had more. But then I saw
you can collect them. You can handle them and look at them and feel them. And then give them.
Yeah, they're tactile. I like that. So, but I like this shirt. It has a gorilla.
Yeah,
and I like
cool.
the colors. So I bought this shirt, and but I also realized it's just I'm a bit of a poser because I didn't buy any records there.
Yeah.
It seemed like a good store. They had this shirt.
You've got a story behind it, even, and you didn't have to spend any money on vinyl. $17.99.
No. I had my friend Niels, the Canadian lumberjack. He double parked, and I ran in. I said, I'm going to go in there. And he said, all right. I was in there a few minutes, bought the shirt. And, I'm still working on, probably need other details to that story to really make it sing. But I feel like, the bones are there.
Yeah.
You could do what I did. I have a stereo console that was my mom's. It's from the 60s, and it has the lid.
Back when I was in kindergarten, and I came over to visit you. That was there in the living room.
And I put a new turntable in there, and I got the volume. Nothing works in it. I take the old turntable out, but I can play now from my phone to the turntable,
to the old console.
So you could do that without buying albums and make it seem like you got this cool.
You could wear the shirt, sit around, have a beer.
They won't see you put the album on. Or you could make like you put in it, and then play the album.
I like all of it. Everything you're suggesting.
It's the illusion.
Positive.
Well, you're not a poser. You're not a poser until you get caught being a poser. Then you're a poser.
Yeah, but in my heart of hearts, I'll know. But
like when I post an album I'm listening to, I have it propped up. It says vinyl chill, but I don't show my turntable, even though I have one. So you could do that.
People assume.
You could say, I'm listening to this.
So you're talking about, I show the album and then I listen on Spotify or something.
Yeah. And you make like you're listening to vinyl and you have a cool stereo system. And
and you have
take a picture. Take a picture. Don't even buy the vinyl.
drinking like a craft beer or something.
Yeah, that's what I do.
One that no one has ever heard of. One that no one has ever heard of. In fact, make it up. Make it up. Yes.
Has some sort of dog on the label.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dogfish.
I'm into it.
Black dog. Yeah. Dirty dog. Dirty dog. There's got to be a dirty dog beer out there.
You could probably say anything with the word dog and it would be some out there. Someone's making an IPA.
There's already black dog and
dogfish.
Dogfish. Yeah.
That's
dogfish. Yeah, that's good beer.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's show and tell time, Dave. It's show and tell time.
Oh, please.
Rob, what do you have?
We need to talk about your book.
All right, put it to the
Oh yeah, this is the book.
This is the awesome game, one man's incredible globe-crushing hockey odyssey.
All right, put that to the video. Put that to the camera. I
didn't realize this book is this small.
It is a little thinner than.
I would.
Yeah.
I think it's not truth in advertising.
Slimmer volume than I have.
I know it's not out yet, but somehow I got an advanced copy.
Let's just read a little bit from it. I want you to read a little bit from it.
And I love these illustrations in this book.
Yeah, put it up there. Yeah, can you explain this one?
Those are great.
Oh
explain
boy,
that one there. So you're halfway done. You're halfway done reading it, right, Rob?
Oh no, wait a minute. I think they sent me the wrong book.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is it's who is Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They put the wrong cover on. Let me see that.
So Dave, tell us about your real book. That is the real cover.
I'm glad you asked.
That is the real cover, then.
Yes, that is the cover.
I own a print shop, so I can do some,
I was impressed because I was like, oh my God, I barely have a copy of the book yet. But I had 2 copies and I just gave one to my friend Rhett Miller and I'm waiting for more copies to show up. But yeah, it's the awesome game, one man's incredible globe-crushing hockey odyssey. And it's about hockey, but it's hockey fans will like it. It's also written for people that don't care about sports because aside from hockey, I don't care about sports, and I wanted people to have a nice book to read. I wanted everyone to be able to read it. So hopefully I've succeeded. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of scorching hot hockey action.
Okay.
But there's like a part of the book there's one team in Kenya, the Kenya Ice Lions.
Yeah, we wanted to ask you about that. Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, say their name again. Sorry.
I went Kenya Ice Lions, and what happened was I'm really into hockey jerseys, which I also talk about in the book. But I was late at night. I Googled coolest non-NHL hockey jerseys, and there was a list that came up, and one of the coolest jerseys of all time was the Kenya Ice Lions. So I was like, Kenya, it must be what? Kenya, Ontario or something. Kenya,
Wisconsin, Wisconsin,
Kenya, Georgia.
Yeah. I that's what I assumed it was, and then I investigated further, and they're in Nairobi. So I was like, have to get this jersey. I guess I'll have to go to Nairobi.
Yeah.
So I tracked them down. I connected with the main dude from the team, Ali Kilanga, and I went to Kenya. And I played hockey with them, and I thought, being a quarter Canadian and all, and being skating since I was like 3, they were playing. Their rink was closed temporarily, so they were playing roller hockey to stay in shape. And I had rollerblades, so I'm like, I'll come down there or over there. And I thought, I'm gonna kick their ass. I was just like, there's no way these guys can be nearly as good as I am at hockey.
We're thinking Jamaica bobsled, right? I mean, Jamaica bobsled.
I'm just thinking
Let's go down to Jamaica.
There's no way they are bringing the kind of heat that I'm bringing. And they kicked my ass for hours. They just whipped me around like a rag doll for like 5 hours. I went there and I was ready. First of all, like they're all like decades younger than I am, despite my glowing
looking good for 86
complexion and all that. And I'm looking good for 86. And I went, and first of all, in Nairobi, when you go out, this is a plus and a minus, mostly a plus, but when you order a beer in Kenya, they bring you 2 beers, and you have to beg them. If you if you truly only want one beer, you have to beg them to just bring you one beer, and they fight you on it. And maybe they'll bring one, but usually it's 2 every time. So if you go out for, no one ever goes out for a beer. It's always 2 beers. So if you go out for a beer in Kenya, it ends up being 2 beers, and it ends up being that's 4 bears.
Yeah.
Then you stop off. Hey, let's stop off here for one more. So you stop off somewhere else for one more beer, but
I can see.
But no one ever stops for one more. You stop off for 2 more, which means 4 more. So on the day that I played, the night before I played hockey with them, I went out and drank about 7 million beers, and then these guys play for 5 hours straight, and I'm skating around, and there's like birds of prey circling above me, just waiting for me to collapse.
You're lucky to have made it back alive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, and then on my last day there, I went to the National Park of Nairobi, or whatever it's called. It's the national park, as hinted in the name. And I'm there. There's like a coffee shop, and I'm watching. There's these little kids, like 5, 6 years old, school children, like maybe 50, 100 of them. They're all in matching, adorable school uniforms, and their teachers start making them sandwiches. They're on like a field trip or something. I'm watching this, and all of a sudden, this baboon starts coming from out of nowhere. It's like walking across this parking lot, and I'm just like, oh my God. And I have, my baboon access in life has been very limited.
Yeah.
And, I've seen them on TV. I don't know if I'd ever seen one in person. Yeah. And it starts walking towards the kids.
And you had to save these kids, right?
That's what I thought. I was like, this baboon's going to kill them. Because I don't know what they get up to.
Eat the sandwiches, eat their flesh.
The baboon runs up and grabs a loaf of bread, like still in the bag from the teacher, and just runs off. And the whole time it's running, at first it's like, holy shit, I did it. I grabbed the loaf of bread. Yeah. And then it's kind of looking over his shoulder like, holy shit, am I going to get away with this? Am I being chased? And then it gets a little further away, and you can see it's getting kind of cocky. It's like, that's right, motherfuckers. I just stole your lunch.
And then he sees this large white man.
Well, but at this point of the story, like, the kids are all screaming, like, not scared. They're just delighted, because it's one of the most amazing things you could see is a baboon stealing a loaf of bread from someone. And they're all like screaming and laughing, and I'm screaming and laughing watching this, and it's running away. The baboon's running away, and at the edge of the parking lot is 3 other baboons waiting for it. They're like, oh my God, you got the loaf of bread. This is awesome. We're all going to eat bread.
Yeah.
The baboon's running towards them, and then it just keeps going.
Keeps running.
The baboons are all... They're like, what the fuck? Wait, I thought we were
supposed to get the meat.
Yeah.
And running.
That baboon.
It's funny if the other ones had meat, and then they started making sandwiches.
Cheese. Yeah. But that wasn't.
But you really, you didn't expect that. You expected sharing, maybe, in this culture. I mean, baboon.
The whole from beginning to end, it was the story. It was full of surprises. First, I thought there was Baboon Attack, and then. It was just, but it's maybe the most amazing thing I've ever seen in life was that, I have to say. But anyway, so that's aside from the hockey action, there's baboon attacks. No, there's baboon lunch thievery. There's, I got in trouble with the police in Poland during the book. I went to Poland. My sister-in-law's cousin's son was playing pro hockey in Poland, so I went to watch him play and hang out with the players and stuff. And I got pulled over. I got rousted by the police for
CBD oil. Was it CBD oil?
Jaywalking.
Oh,
jaywalking.
You rebel.
No, truly, like they rolled up on me. Sirens freaking and yelling at me in Polish, and like I'm assuming there's like a caper going on right behind me. Oh, it's me. I'm the criminal. All that and more. There's all sorts of.
Don't give too much
by
away.
Way of saying,
I do want to get
my
the
new
book and read
The
it.
Awesome Game. There's something for everyone in this book. I do believe it's the book of 2023. It's the best book.
Back to the hockey, I was assuming that they were doing inline skating only, but they really did have a rink and do ice skating.
There's one rink in all of Kenya.
Yeah.
And it's in the Panari Hotel in Nairobi. And yeah, they skate and they're awesome. And
Cool.
But I do want to go back. I do hope to go back and play them on ice, and I do intend to destroy them.
Yes, kick their ass. You're going to kick their ass.
And they know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick their asses all over the place.
When it was over, did you use the phrase, my dad can beat up your dad? Because it's very powerful. It works. Did you threaten any of them with your dad beating up their dad?
That's what I lead. I lead with that.
Okay.
That's my main thing. Right out of the gate.
Man. Smart
Let him know, my dad. He's 91, but he'll kick your ass with words.
91 versus minus 86. That's hilarious.
I know. I don't know. He genuinely is.
He was 5.
Genuinely is 91.
Oh, that's great.
He's
great.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he's doing well.
He says good things about you. He might write bad things, but he loves you. He still says,
he mostly says good, mostly positive feedback I get from him in life.
Yeah.
Now, is your hockey team a New York team, since you live in New York?
Yeah,
you don't follow the Cleveland Monsters, do you?
Monsters?
No,
Cleveland Monsters. You making that up, man? What?
No, it's real. It's the Cleveland Monsters. I think they're.
I had to look up, does Cleveland have a hockey team? And when I saw the name, I'm like, this has to be like a Spinal Tap NHL team or something.
So tell us about them,
Sorry.
No, they're this. I have been to a Cleveland Monsters game, and I'm very supportive of them. But I don't follow them closely. But no, I'm a Rangers fan. Just live, they're one subway stop away. And I'm just, I like to root for the home team. So, but I'm more a lover of the game. And whoever has really cool jerseys, I also like that. And it's pretty much if the players are good, if they're like
fun to watch,
from about 15 years old, it's the best sport.
Yeah,
and I gotta watch more hockey. More than not watching at all.
Yeah, you could just watch a game. Yeah.
Well, I just found out my son, he's 20. He's paying us for ESPN Plus because he wanted that. And I just found out the hockey games are on there.
Yeah. So good.
Otherwise, where we live in New Jersey, like I don't get any of the, because I'm a Phillies fan, Eagles. I get the Eagles games, but no Phillies games. I get the New York games.
Yeah. You're going to become a New York fan. Oh. Yeah.
And we're close to Pennsylvania.
Might as well, yeah. Plus, you don't want the Devils. Come on.
So yeah, I gotta research that Cleveland Monsters. Maybe I'll become a fan. Yeah.
So you're doing. I know you're doing a tour coming up. So you're probably not doing a full-on book tour. I know you're doing a
strategic hits.
A launch party.
November 1st. Launch party November 1st at Powerhouse Arena. My buddy Mike Sachs chat with me about the book, and I'll sign books, and we'll drink some beer and things. And
is that a hockey arena?
No, it's a bookstore in Dumbo in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And it's gonna be super fun. And but then I go to Canada this Thursday to do my Canadian Media Blitz.
Toronto, right?
I'll go to Calgary.
Oh, your tour starts in Toronto.
Yeah, my tour. Okay. I'll do a show there on October 19th in Toronto with Nick Flanagan and some other folks. That's going to be
Yeah.
And I'll be not shutting up about this book until everyone buys it.
No, I'm gonna order it.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, make everyone, all your listeners, make them order it or I'll freak out.
And it's not as thin as that one that you just presented, right? It's probably twice as thick.
It's pretty. It's
more stories.
It's respectably thick.
Pretty substantial. You said you could use it as a doorstop, right? And other things.
You could use that as a doorstop, a table leveler, and as a weapon. You could pelt someone.
Like a baboon, maybe. You could throw it at a baboon.
Yeah.
And knock the bread
I mean, I don't want to hurt those guys. Maybe, yeah. I mean, you could if you were. Maybe in that case, I feel like
if you had
a baboon steals you, maybe.
And then you'd got to get the book back so you could finish reading it.
Yeah, well, it's that good.
Yeah.
You'd risk a baboon attack. It's that good.
Yeah. So is there anything else that we missed you want to talk about?
I'm sure I'll forget something, but we talked about the book. We talked about sweet guitars. That's my main thing, those areas. Right?
Yeah. And they can find you on Instagram.
Jams. Yeah, I'm on all the social media. Stone Cold Jams, just jams of various, music. And they'll be in my band Valley Lodge. We'll have an album out in the new year. So
great.
There's my contribution to the canon of Stone Cold Jams.
Okay.
And
Valley Lodge.
The cool thing.
Did I hear that right? Valley Lodge.
One of our songs is the theme song to the John Oliver show on HBO. So it's one of those bands that there's some very loud construction happening.
Yeah, I didn't know where it was coming from.
I thought your wife was doing dishes, actually. But
it could, if it should. Yeah, I don't know what.
No, I thought it was here.
Whatever they're doing
downstairs.
They should, whatever they're doing, it should stop.
Oh, I had one more thing to tell you.
Uh-oh.
That reminded me.
Yes.
I was showing my wife the video with Chris Steele, and she wasn't really watching, but she was listening, and she's like, he sounds like someone.
Yeah. Someone I know.
And then out of the blue, she's like, he sounds like Anthony Kiedis. And
the way that I speak sounds like Anthony Kiedis?
Something you said or in the beginning of that video. Yeah. She's a big Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I've never
He doesn't speak much,
Yeah. He sings, but doesn't speak much.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe she hears that voice like in the dog or in you, or maybe she just hears it. She loves the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah.
So Valley Lodge, you're writing for it. Other people are writing the songs. What's
No, I write the songs at this point.
Okay.
When it started, it was me and my
Barry
buddy
Manilow.
John Kimbrough.
Yes.
I write, but my buddy John Kimbrough and I, he had a great band called Walt Mink. That's one of my favorite bands of all time, and he's one of my favorite musicians and humans of all time. And we formed this band like in 2004, and we made a record together that was like both of our songs. And then he moved to California, and sort of like the last two, how many records we have? The last 3 records have been, including the new one. I wrote everything. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not
Excellent.
be controlling and write all the songs? Yeah.
So for our listeners, again, for our listeners that don't know you, haven't seen you.
How could they not know Dave
Okay,
Hill?
they just saw a couple videos.
He's world renowned.
They saw a couple videos, but they didn't see live from here yet. Comedian Dave Hill plays guitar along with stand-up comedy. That's what I've seen. That's what I love. It's a mix of both, and so that's unusual. I mean, I found it to be unusual. I'm on TikTok all the time. I see stand up with males, females, whatever. But yeah, I think it's the only time I've seen that. Maybe one time I saw an acoustic guitar or two, But no, you shred, you rock.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think hopefully I'm onto something.
Yeah,
I don't really see people doing what I'm doing. So there.
Yeah, so there.
No one.
My guitar can beat up your guitar.
I've been following you for a good year now. Real happy that we got to talk to you today.
Thank you. Thanks for talking to me. I'm grateful.
And before we go,
where in New Jersey are you guys?
Oh, we're in Washington.
It's a little town.
Where's
Washington.
that? A little town.
Do you know where?
Is that over by Cherry Hill?
No,
it's directly west.
We're more
from you. Interstate 287 to 78.
More central.
And right before you cross into PA on 78. Okay. Phillipsburg, Easton,
it sounds
Lehigh
all
Valley.
Believable to me.
Yeah.
Lehigh Valley. Okay.
Yeah, directly west.
No, I believe it.
We're like 35 minutes from like Bethlehem.
Mm-hmm.
Not too far.
Oh, okay.
But I'm in a town where
sounds like paradise.
you have to drive to get to a major highway or anything. We're like kind of.
It's not the city here.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it's nice. We have mountains I can look at.
Yeah,
all kinds of wildlife.
Nice.
Too,
I think I'm gonna move to this place.
Yeah, you can move here.
Yeah.
So, Dave, love talking to you.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Have a great rest of the day, and love the shirt.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
See you.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks again.
Testament to the greatness of the game. It brings people together. All right, I'll rip a solo. And hey, you over there, yeah, hockey's for you too. The awesome game, you better read it or I will be enraged. The awesome game.
You've been listening to No Good Music. Today's interview was produced and edited by Rob J. Lilly and recorded via Zoom at the Did You Say 7 Studios in Washington, New Jersey. You can find No Good Music on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, and almost anywhere you listen to podcasts. Be sure to visit Dave Hill's website at davehillonline.com. And also, if you'd want to order his great book, you can get it from any of the online booksellers. And if you did order the book because you listened to this interview, please message Dave on Instagram and let him know you loved the interview. The awesome song, the awesome game song, use with permission from Dave Hill.